Okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now here, skip back, being flexible. This is only a recap of what I said. I guess offer solutions. On the left-hand side, you see certain needs that emerge. So the long distance transportation, seasonal storage, and the peak shaving and intermittency. On the right-hand side, you see some numbers that illustrate that in the gas system, we indeed have a large-scale possibilities. So only look at the number of how Europe is interconnected with gas pipelines. It is an immense number that can be transported between all the member states in Europe through the gas grid. If you would compare this to the current stage of interconnection electricity, it is much less. I did not dare to put a number because it was almost like not nice. But so I only make the point, and gas it is big enough. Also in storage capacity, it is also an enormous amount of energy that can be stored in different forms of gas storage. So, and the final point is that already the interconnection for the generation is already there. So then the question was how to realize those synergies, so the problem and the solution. And that is the one, this is the H, it is the H slightly in a different direction, but still it's the same concept. On the left hand, you see the sources for the electricity and for the gas. On the right hand, you see the different end users. And in the middle, you see the coupling between the two, so the generation of electricity, but also the generation of gas. And this is the hybrid energy system, and we think that this is the best future solution. Okay, so now that you have seen this concept that I wanted to show you, I can continue with giving some short introduction on the scenarios. I think we are very proud that we now just have published yesterday evening our joint scenarios, ENTSOG and ENTSOE. We have worked on it for more than a year with the contribution of all the members, so that's the electricity TSOs and the gas TSOs. With a lot of interaction with other stakeholders, and they are really an ambitious step forward to take up the challenge of the European decarbonization. I will not tell too much about it, but there is some very interesting material in it, and we are planning a workshop on this material. I think the date will be the 5th of December. It will be in Brussels. You can check it on the ENTSOG website or on the ENTSOE website, so there it will be announced. But please come over and be critical, and so that we can learn from that. Now, after the scenarios comes the question of the infrastructure planning, and only very shortly, where the scenarios we have done that together now for the second time. The TYNDPs are still separate. So there is electricity TYNDP evaluating electricity projects, and on the gas side the same for gas. Now what we are working on is to see whether we can improve on that, and the first step should be that we take certain projects. We have a process now in place to select projects for that, and that we want to evaluate them both from the gas and electricity side and see how, what is the better solution. So I would say it is a gradual process. We are coming from completely different angles, and it's a gradual process that we start integrating this planning more and more. Now, whether the ENTSOs are the right parties to do this, so to make the scenarios and to make the TYNDP, Marcus has a different opinion. I would say, of course, the ENTSOG and ENTSOE are good candidates to do this, because we are based, we are a European association, but we are based on all the members' work in all the member states. So we are working with all the knowledge and also the experience of all the gas and electricity TSOs who are actually doing the work in the countries, who are investing, who run the risk, So I think these are the parties that know what is the consequences if you take certain decisions. The concept of having an independent party, maybe has different advantages, but also has disadvantages. So to conclude this short introduction, I think that from ENTSOG we certainly promote that the combination of gas and electricity is the best way forward to the energy transition. That we are willing to work together with the electricity side to see how we can make this happen. That in the scenarios we clearly demonstrate this step forward, and that in the further planning we are working to improve on that. Thank you.
Many thanks, Hanne.